Show respect, step back, no need for space invasion. Stop saying your room number at the day's end. Let the girl dance, that's really all she came for. $1 million dress probably came from the thrift store. Even though she seems to be exactly what you wish for, she's never coming in on your transistor. Don't matter if you're rich or piss poor, she's out of your league and in a different sport. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No creeping allowed though, you just get a glance. Don't try to swing game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch a slow flow from a distance, but give her some bass on, let the girl dance.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Slot Rods, and welcome back to the WPSRA 4th Annual Halloween Shootout. I'm Randy Silvis.
And I'm Tony Mollick.
And we're here in Elizabeth, PA, with 66 of the fastest slot rods on the planet.
This is the most entries we've ever had in a Halloween Shootout. And we've had so many entries, we've had to split the race into 2 heats. Each heat will be split into a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket.
And then the losers will race the losers until there's 3 remaining. And then those 3 will go to the winner's bracket.
At which point all the day's winners will single elimination race until someone gets the coveted Crystal Skull Trophy.
And here's our first 36 contestants and their races for the first round.
So without further ado, let's kick this thing off. Race 1, Heat 1 is Massey versus Scorpion.
Massey is first off the starting block, and he hangs on for the first win of the night.
Race 2 is the Tri 555 called Bad Man versus the Chop 57 Donk called Obelisk.
Oh, dude, it's got to be hard to drive with your front end up in the air like that.
That car's all about style and class.
Race number 3, another 55 Chevy called 55 versus the Pontiac called Vengeance.
'55 got caught napping at the light, and by the time he took off, Vengeance was dang near to the finish line.
Race 4, we have the futuristic-looking Armageddon versus another Pontiac GTO called the Hammer.
Number 3.
Armageddon was sleeping.
Now Armageddon was closing the gap.
Hold on. We got to go back to look at camera 1. The Hammer jumped the light, and that gives Armageddon the win by default.
Race 5, the 51 Henry J called Great Gas versus the Gen 1 Pontiac Firebird called Yellow Jacket.
That plate on the back of that Pontiac says Angelo. Rob already has a John, a Bob, and a Mr. Brown. What, no love for me, a paisan?
There was no love from Great Gas. He was going like a puff of smoke.
And the Henry J laid the Gapsatia on that Pontiac.
Gapsatia. Spicy. Race 6, the Fireball Camaro versus the 76 Stingray called the Batmobile. The Vet got the jump, but the Fireball was closing fast.
And the Fireball came around me on the big end. Race 7 is one of the slot rods that was driving everybody crazy on truck night. Old Blue versus Blah X3.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah X3 was off the starting line first, and that race was over before it started. Race 8, Annette Kane in her daily driver called Mini-Me versus Tony in his childhood fantasy, the Mach 5.
Mach 5 was out of the hole like a pistol shot and was leading at half track.
But Brian built that Mini for the quarter-mile track, and Annette used every inch of it.
Photo finish.
And as Tony is fond of saying, in slot rods, when we say buy a bumper, we mean buy a bumper.
Well, in all fairness, the Mach 5 doesn't have a front bumper. And that motor's only got a few passes on it. She'll warm up over the course of the night and get my top end together.
Well, you'll have a few races to get it broke in, while you're getting a few wins in the loser's bracket.
Race 9, the Joker versus Dark Phoenix.
Now that sounds like a Batman sequel.
And the Joker knocks the tires loose.
And by the time he got it gathered up, it was way too late.
Dark Phoenix for the win. Race 10, the Hemi-powered Cuda called Frankenberry versus that beautiful teal-colored Tiger Beetle.
Dude, that Beetle was just spinning tire off the starting line. And spinning ain't winning.
Race 11, two El Caminos. Elko versus Flip.
Oh man, perfect start. They were neck and neck off the starting line.
But Flip started to stretch the Elko out about camera 2.
Oh, the Elko was trying to come around him, but just ran out of real estate. That's Flip for the win.
Race 12, Randy and his Ford GT versus Rob Trumpy and John.
Ready?
Oh, Trumpy was sleeping, and man, you really got that GT running.
Yes, sir. All that testing and tuning is paying off. Race 13, Mero versus Dr. Hemi. Hey man, I thought I told you to call that car Cuda.
Well, that's not what the license plate says, and the car told me his name is Dr. Hemi.
It looked like I might have got him off the line, but he out 60-footed me.
Yeah, he had quite a bit out the back door, too. Race 14, two cars with quite a bit of track time on them. Flamethrower versus Exodia.
All right now, drivers, nappy times for after the races, not while you're sitting at the starting line. Race 15, Annette in the Eliminator versus Xavier in Rambunctious. Nah, that's a drag race. And Big Daddy has his and Annette's cars all dialed in to start accelerating at about the halfway point.
And that's that Penn State engineering degree paying dividends.
Well, it's good to see that it's paying off for him.
Race 16, Randy and the new incarnation of the Lambo versus Brian Big Daddy Kane in the Harry Olds.
I got that Lambo set up for short tracking.
Well, you cut a pretty good light and you were out on him by a couple of car lengths. You did your job.
Yep, the Lambo did its job too up until about the halfway point. Then all I could see was hairy taillights.
Race 17, we got a similar matchup. We got an 1/8 mile car versus a 1/4 mile car.
Keith's gonna have to get a hell of a jump in the RT and make SOT chase him down.
Number 3. Keith did his job. He was leading at the 8th mile.
And the son of Troublemaker did his job. He come around on the big end.
Keith damn near roped and tied that pro mod, but he just couldn't hang on.
Our last race of the round is Keith in his Mopar funny car called the Cannonball
Versus the 64 Chevy 2 station wagon gasser called Boss Nova.
Okay.
Boss Nova got out first. Then the tires broke loose and that cost him momentum, and all he could do was watch the Cannonball walk away from him.
Cannonball for the win.
And here's your winner's bracket from Heat 1. Join us next time when we will determine the winner's bracket for Heat number 2.
So until then, I'm Tony Mollick,
And I'm Randy Silvis.
and you've been watching Slot Rods.
The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No sleeping allowed, though, you just get a glance. Don't try to string game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch a soul blow from a distance, but give her some space, son, let the girl dance.
Now that's a drag race.